Hey, I'm Rachel, a furniture guru at Kimiko Designs. Another furniture guru, Amanda, joins me with some advice on how to streamline the furniture selection process. How can the furniture selection process be made more efficient?
It seems like sometimes customers come in with a specified budget for their project, but they didn't actually have a preliminary budget to actually gauge what they needed and what they wanted and what it was going to really cost. So if you have a good, accurate budget, everything will be more efficient because you won't spend hours at the end of the process trying to value engineer what you're doing or trying to find places to cut costs. That's one area where you can lose weeks of time. And so you're just losing efficiencies if you're not prepared on the front end. So that goes back a little bit to the pre-planning idea. Anything you can do to start the conversation early, even if it's not an active project yet. As a customer, you could easily start those conversations with the people in your network to find out who you know that can help you with your project that's coming up. So talking to that contractor that you knew from the last time you did some work, talking to that dealer that you used the last time, talking to Kimiko because they helped you the last time or they've helped you in the past. Engaging in those early conversations will save in so many ways. We like to enter every project with some type of contingency. That could be like a financial contingency that you're just a placeholder at the bottom of that budget for those one-off items that you weren't prepared to pay a little bit more for, or their price, all of a sudden skyrocketed in the market and you weren't prepared for it, or oh, we didn't think about rugs and accessories and we really want the space to be nice. So contingency is a great place to start. You can just make it a percentage of your project. Contractors tend to do that for the unexpected things. So it's a very natural part of the process with the customer. I really like to find value in what the customer already has. So maybe they have some pieces that could be reupholstered and that will gain efficiency because there's less lead time in those items. And it curbs their budget a little bit, but it just also reuses things. So stuff's not going to a landfill, stuff is not having to be trashed, there's not labor involved to get rid of it. You're not trying to figure out who's going to use it where. So doing a complete inventory at the beginning can really allow for a lot of efficiencies in the process. Maybe it's there, you discover a lead time issue, but you realize, oh, look at this inventory that we have. What can we use? Why don't we use what we have? Reusing things is a great idea. Anything can be given a second life in a lot of different ways. And so being aware of that and again, planning at the beginning for that by doing a really good inventory is helpful. I think sometimes some of the efficiencies lost in the process are during the decision-making part of the project. So you've presented a really great package and you need to get decisions quickly, but you didn't really set up the time frame for that when you set up your schedule. So just being mindful of your customer and that they're spending a lot of money and they want to take the time to really look at every item. If you can plan ahead for that, you will save a lot on that last 11th hour decision-making process. I'm a really big fan of weekly touch points with everyone in the process. So the customer, the contractor, the dealer, everyone being in a regular pattern of communication, because those meetings bring a lot of decisions. And so if you can be in front of them on a regular basis, you're going to get answers. And you can do that online. It doesn't have to be an in-person type of thing. Just your regular weekly video call with them can make a world of difference. Being prepared for that. So I like to prep all those documents ahead of time, keep my list going all week for that one touch point that I might get with them that's regularly scheduled, and just knock the things off the list. So keeping a solid to-do list will make things more efficient. I think we have figured out that having like a live, even again via video work session where you're pulling fabrics, you're showing all the pieces, you're getting that last, like this, this piece is going on here and this thing is going here. And this is this room and here's what everything that's in it. And here's the accessories we picked out and here's the rug we picked out. Those last like visual things where you're talking through everything are comforting to anyone involved in the project because they can see it. I mean, people in the industry are used to seeing it. Like our professionals, we're used to like, oh, this goes on here and that goes on that. But a customer maybe only does this once in a lifetime for that specific person. Like if they're the office manager or the director or the human resources person, whatever role they're in, this might be the only time they ever have to handle this type of project. So they're not as versed in it as we are. Keeping in mind like the words that you use and the way that you use them when you're speaking to a customer instead of to someone internal. So they might not know what a box file ped is. You showing them is going to help them understand each user gets this item and this item and this item and showing a picture of it. So we use a lot of templates, where we're loading information per customer. I feel like that's common in the dealer world as well. Anything you can do to graphically show it to them is going to drive decisions. Even some of the vendor websites at this point, right? You can render that item, you can put the fabric on that item. Any of those little extras that you do are going to drive decisions. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video was helpful for you. Head on over to our furniture planning playlist for more furniture fun. As always, don't forget to subscribe and let us know what you'd like to hear more about. See you in the next one.